The one closest to the main entrance gates was for owners and trainers, and rows of attendants examined the passes displayed on car windscreens. Police and racecourse stewards were directing pedestrians over a crossing that led to the gates and turnstiles. The stewards in old-fashioned bowler hats, smart black suits, white shirts and, as requested by the track officials, sober ties. Christina de Jersey, in her husband's navy Corniche, with her 2 teenage daughters and 2 of their friends, pulled into the owners' and trainers' car park. The girls all wore large straw hats, bedecked with flowers. But Christina's, which had been designed especially for the day, was in the boot. She and her husband had invited several guests to lunch in their box, and she had overseen the menu with the usual meticulous care. It was not 12 o'clock yet, but she had set off early to avoid the even greater crush that would ensue nearer to the start of the first race. She had wanted time to check the table and, of course, to greet her guests. A couple of hours earlier, Edward de Jersey had piloted his jockey Mickey Rowland and trainer Donald Fleming to the track in his helicopter. In his morning suit, he cut a striking figure at almost 6'3" with broad, strong shoulders. At 57, he was still athletic and exceptionally fit from his daily exercising of his vast stable of racehorses. De Jersey did not wear a grey top hat, but a black silk one with a slightly curved Victorian-style brim. From the helicopter pad, where numerous others had already landed, he made his way towards the racing stables on the far side of the track. He had a tight sensation in the pit of his stomach, even though he had kept in constant touch with his stable lads, who had travelled by road from his stud farm. He would not be satisfied until he had seen his entry, Royal Flush, for himself. "What stall is he in?" he bellowed to the diminutive Mickey, who, with Fleming, trailed behind him. "Number 4, said Fleming, out of breath as he caught up with de Jersey. "They've been walking him around the backfield since breakfast." Like de Jersey, Fleming had spoken frequently to the lads, making sure that their prize colt had not suffered any adverse effect from the journey. Royal Flush could be difficult and moody. A horse as volatile as he was might injure himself on the way in or out of the horse box. He was to race in the 3 o'clock 7-furlong Chesham Stakes for 2-year-olds with a £37,000 prize fund. However, de Jersey was principally interested in whether his precious colt could pull off another triumph. He had won his maiden race at Lingfield by over a furlong, a spectacular result. Royal Flush had cost a fortune, but de Jersey was convinced that he was special enough to win the Derby the following year. But Royal Flush still had to prove he wasn't a one-race wonder. Already numerous owners and trainers were checking their horses as de Jersey approached the stables. Royal Flush was draped in his blanket and appeared calm and unruffled by the hubbub around him. His 2 lads were on hand, and de Jersey greeted them. "How's my boy?" "He's been a right bugger, sir. We cladded the sides of the box, but you know what he's like. Tried to bite me hand off earlier, and he's been kicking and bucking. We gave him a good walkabout, though, so he's calmer now." De Jersey moved forward and bent close to kiss the horse's soft velvet muzzle. "You be a good fella now." Then he checked virtually every inch of the horse, and the knot in his belly tightened. As he ran his hand over the muscular, glossy flanks of his boy, he felt breathless with anticipation. At last, satisfied that all was in order, he went off alone to walk the track. He and Fleming knew Royal Flush's potential, but there was big competition against him for the Chesham. The Queen's horse was the favourite, and the Sheikh had a runner worth over £1 million. De Jersey strode along the famous racetrack, which he knew by